Hello, I'm DerGameMop, and there's a reason why I pronounce my name this way. People don't often hear the M in game. Yeah, sounds weird, but this is how it is. And welcome to Galacon 2014, report or something. I don't know how I will call this video. This is the English version. There is a German version away in the description. To say it easy. And yes, this is like the video from last year, but a little bit more better. Yeah, the video from last year wasn't as good, and this year it's a little bit more organized. So I start at the beginning. It was a few million years now. Bad joke. No, actually, the travel to Ludwigsburg wasn't this special. 3 hours by train, walk to the hotel, check into the hotel, sleep, wake up, take a shower, go to breakfast, meet 2 people, one has a tattoo, and yes, it was a tattoo I recognized. That must be bronies. I asked them, they were. I have created them the German version of this video, but without name, because I haven't asked for the name. So I have asked for the names, but I don't have asked for the permission to use the name in the video, so I don't want to, because yeah, privacy and stuff. Privacy, not piracy. This is actually a re-record of the video because I took too long in the last version, so I forgot a few details, like always, and stuff like this. So I re-recorded the German version, and this is actually the re-record of the English version. We decided, the 2 guys and I'm, to go together to the Galacon, and we arrived at 8 AM. They get in line in the normal line because they had basic tickets and I had a BSAM ticket. And BSAM tickets had a fast lane. It was totally useless because I got my badge, I got out, and they were already had their badge. So it was actually, they had some registration system problems, so maybe this sounded So at 9:30 AM the venue opened. People are running to the vendors and the ground floor, and it was actually totally normal. This year they used more space of the venue. They actually used a whole venue, I think, and it was really useful because the most vendors were in the ground floor and the main hallway actually, and the hallway is really wide, so when people are staying in front of a vendor booth, other people can go by. A funny detail: if you had a BSAM Plus ticket and you wanted to pick your special stuff up you get for having this ticket, you had to get to an extra booth, and they had actually, there was always a line, and I got my stuff the next day. There was nobody in line, so I was like, take the stuff, easy. I buy it actually from Yazi. Yes, actually it's the name. And Derby plushie for $300 and euros. I said bucks, but actually it would be more like bits. So actually, was a nice plushie. I buy it and I'm happy with it because it looks nice and it's cute and it's not fluffy, but soft. Okay, I don't talk any further because it sounds weird. At 10:30 AM there was the opening ceremony in the theater. The theater was awesome. It was huge with about 1,200 seats or something like this. When I have read, that's right on the website of the venue. It was actually a theater, so you had the rows with the seats are going up in the back, so you had everyone had a good view at the stage. It was actually really useful and better than last year, because main hall was last year. They had to empty the whole theater after every event. I say it now because I will probably forget it later. It's had something to do, I think, with the venue, some rule from the venue or something different. I don't know. The opening ceremonies was actually fine. A ceremony, it's not with an S because it was one, not more. It was really fine. It was nice. Yes. After the opening ceremony, there was the BSAM signing session. So if you had a BSAM ticket, and I will explain the BSAM ticket and other stuff, what I actually all buy it and get in a second video, like in a German version, because I will film the stuff. It's a little bit more easy. You got there was a special signing session for BSAM ticket holders, and you got from the guests of honor, but not all guests of honor, only the show staff guests of honor, mean Nicole Oliver, the English voice actress for Princess Celestia and Shirley, M.A. Larson, author and scriptwriter from the show, Julia Meinen, the German voice of Princess Twilight Sparkle for German audiences, also known as Luther from Sword Art Online. I have to watch the show, I think, and other stuff. I actually know her more for the German voice of Hitomi from Division of Escaflowne. And there was Jennifer Weiss, the German voice of Pinkie Pie, who is actually also the German voice of Osaka from Azumanga Daioh. If you know the two shows and the two characters, it's actually awesome, because they are totally different. And actually something that's totally different was the heat at the signing session. Actually, the theater gallery was hot. There wasn't actually air conditioning, I think. So, the first table, there were the German voice actresses, and they had 2 fans on the table. I mean, yeah, cool air fans and stuff, not fans in the sense of persons. Yeah. On the second table, there was at the second table, there was M.A. Larson, and on the third table, there was Nicole Oliver with a fan. And now you will actually get something funny from this. They got to the first table, and I had actually signed the Journal of the Two Sisters. It's actually a book. It's really nice. You should read it if you like the show. And I was asked about this book. What is this with this book? Because they hadn't seen it before, and I explained it in German what it was. And yeah, nice. All guests of honors were actually really nice. Then I got to the second table. There was M.A. Larson, and he was like, why didn't I get any fans? Actually, that is what he has said, because, well, it was hot. Yeah, I had him signing the book also, and the my BSAM ticket signed. I let him sign the Sue, and Nicole Oliver, I had her sign into the book and my BSAM ticket, and they had autograph cards, actually nice cards with gaming motives. I only have one because I had given I have give 3 away to a certain person. Yeah, who was really grateful for them, who hadn't time to get to the signing sessions, and the cards were nice, and you got 3 signings per person in the BSAM signing session. But actually I only had two stuffs for actually to sign. Only was like at the table of M.A. Larson, hey, I could let him sign my BSAM ticket, so that's the reason. Actually, the BSAM ticket, the badge holder thing was a little bit smaller than last year, and the badges was actually fine from the size. And yeah, the badge wasn't really bigger than last year, so having 2 people sign on it was nice, but 3 people were not a good idea. So yeah, I got away from this, and from the signing session. I have to look at the clock, and I'm actually talking too slow or too much. Yeah. The next point was the 2 other guys were at the Pixel Kitties art panel, and I have met up with someone I have spoken to over YouTube and Skype, who had asked me if we should go to Galacon. I have make a video for him because he asked me the question if we should go, and its questions was actually not so easy to answer with a text, so I have made a 20-minute video about it. It's only in German, but I actually have heard as a podcast on the train ride to Ludwigsburg. Fine coincidence. It was Pony 411 episode 61, I think. Was it 61? I'm actually shortly looking. Yes, it was 61. The episode is called For-your-con-sideration. You should, if you're interested in some in going to, for example, Galacon or any other convention, you should listen to this podcast, to this episode of the podcast. It's really, really useful. It's actually the stuff I have spoken about in the video, but in English. And with some more details on hygiene, because I haven't actually spoken about it. I think I can't remember. It was so long ago. So yeah. I will link the website of the podcast here. It's actually really good podcast, and the episode was really good. So it's useful for people who are thinking of going to Galacon or other pony conventions in the next time, or at any other convention. The next panel was in the theater. It was the main the show stuff, Q&A, original cast. It was, well, a question and answer panel. There wasn't actually something. It was a funny panel. It was nice. There was only one question from a person who was like, yeah, I don't say anything bad about someone, so, but it has some, yeah, it was a little bit cringeworthy, a little bit, but I don't say anything more about it. After this, I and the 2 other guys got into town and have done stuff, so I haven't seen the other panels here. The next thing was they wanted to go to the original cast signing session. It was at 5:30 p.m. and actually I have told him be there 30 minutes earlier or more. 30 minutes earlier is actually the latest point in time you should be there, and yeah, standing in line was a good idea to say this, because at 7:30 p.m. when the signing session began, the cosplay contest was over. People were streaming out of the theater into the line. Actually, it was really, really okay. And I watched the Grand Pony Cinema. It was the first time I was using the BSAM seats. The first 3 seating rows were especially for BSAM ticket holders, and I was like, yeah, okay. The seats wasn't any better, but it was cool, maybe a little bit cooler for panels, but it was unhandy for filming actually, because you had a better space for filming when you are a little bit more in the back. So I watched the Grand Pony Cinema. They had showed 4 episodes, the first 2 episodes from the second season, and the last 2 episodes from the 2nd season. So the Return of Harmony 1 and 2, and the Royal Wedding 1 and 2. In TV versions from the hub, I was actually a little bit confused by it, because the hub logo, and I was like, and maybe they got it allowed from Hasbro to use these versions, because it was from the first showing of the episodes, I think, because it would sometimes had new episodes or other stuff, annotations in the picture. Yeah, actually interesting. And then there was the Cosplay Contest Award ceremony at 7 p.m. Then I got out and met with the 2 guys again, and they told me they were in line at the signing session for 2 hours, because Emma Larson has disappeared while the session. I don't know more about it, and I don't ask, so yeah. People might ask, 8 p.m. Gala evening or Gala party, and I did none of both. I had witnessed something so epic. It was so epic, I'm not going to talk about it. It had something to do with trading, and it was really cool and awesome and funny, but I'm not want to talk about it here, because details in time. There was actually an 1 meter and 20 centimeters high, tall lunar plushie thing. It was really huge, and actually it was for charity auction, and they had set it on the table, and there was a letter with the words, let it here for you that you can take pictures and stuff. I hope I don't regret this decision. So about 50 minutes later, I look back. I was the whole time at in the area. It was gone. I was like, and there were people sitting at the table, and then I asked nicely what happened to the Luna plushie, and then I got the answer, we took it away because people are bumping a little bit into it, and we are afraid of it falling off the table and get broke or something like this. And I was like, makes sense. And I asked for the auction, and they said it was like 700 euros for the plushie, about 25 kilos heavy. Now get this somewhere into a mail, or send this with mail. Might get expensive. I have left the venue, got to the hotel at 10:30 p.m. and I was like, with the other guys, they was like, we should go back, let's just make a short break and then get back. And then I am in my hotel room, sitting down, falling asleep, looking at the clock, half hour later, and I was like, nah, I'm not going anywhere. Yes, actually. And the next morning at the breakfast, this was actually funny, because the other people are like, we have also not go back to the convention at the evening. I was like, oh, okay, I understand. So this was for Saturday. Sunday is going to be sad. It's actually weird for some reason. I have take a long breakfast and got to the convention center about with the other guys 11 a.m. I have bought directly in the morning a small Fluttershy plushie from Maria G. And it was cute, and so I took it, carrying it around, got to the show stuff, Q&A Dubcast panel. It was awesome, really good. I will upload it too. It's completely in English, so you don't need subtitles. Actually something good. And was really informative, and I learned new stuff about why in My Little Pony, the German version, there are no dialects, because they weren't allowed to use one. Was actually weird. Yeah, it was 1 p.m. and we got out of the convention center to the McDonald's, got some burgers, and I have put, before I got into McDonald's, my Fluttershy plushie into my camera bag handle, so it couldn't get away or fall out or whatever. I got into McDonald's, we got out, walked the 3 meters, and then I watched and it was gone. And I was like, have I dropped it? I couldn't have dropped it. I was like, I must have lost it, because I don't think anyone would steal it from my bag while I was standing in line at the McDonald's or something like this. But it was gone. And I was watching, and the 2 other guys are like, yeah, come on, we watching too, not a problem. Really nice, good bronies. I was then like, yeah, you to go watch the animations panel. I will watch out for it, and I haven't found it. I actually have the suspicion there are 2 actually possible ways. It got stolen, or I have dropped it and someone have picked it up and put it in their own pocket. So it's gone. It's actually annoying, and yeah, I was really annoyed about it, but it was gone, and what should I do? Life go on without a plushie. Or it's a little bit like Lord of the Rings with the one ring. You don't choose to be the owner of the ring chooses you to be the owner of it. Maybe it's a little bit like with plushies. The Lord of the Plushie. Okay, let's get really weird here. So I was like, it's gone, what should I do? Annoying, but life go on. I would have been more angry if my wallet has been stolen, but it was not so. Yeah, plushie away is annoying, but not this bad like other stuff. So I got back right in the time of the ending of the Young Animations panel, and then the next panel was actually had something annoying about it for a little reason. Okay, the next panel was The Secrets of M.A. Larson, and this panel was cool and stuff, but there was a little problem. In the beginning, I think her name is Perry, said, yeah, it's not allowed to film the silver screen. The screen. I was like, it's okay, why not? I only filmed them. And then I heard a voice from above, actually, really, because I was on the left side of the hall, and there is a wall, and on the wall there are the highest seats where you actually get from the theater gallery, as from outside the theater. And there was a guy, yeah, you're not allowed to film. And I was like, yeah, I don't film the screen, I film the person at the table with the person. And he was like, in German, yeah, I can't trust this promise. And then he was saying, yeah, it's something from Hasbro, there's only one group allowed to be filming and stuff, so please put it away. And I was, okay, fine, not a problem. And I was like, it wasn't this big of a problem, I wasn't angry or anything, but I was like annoyed about the fact I had put my tripod there, set my camera on top, screwed the camera on the tripod and stuff, and yeah, I had to put it away. And I was like, why not easily put a note on the screen with don't film this panel? Easy. Would be so easy, and people weren't stupid asking. And he said something about it had something to do with Hasbro, and it's some rule from Hasbro, and there's only one group allowed to film. And I was like, it was alright, but why don't have they said it actually like it is? There was the whole panel, there was staff members of the con standing inside the theater at the few points and watching people if they are filming the panel. Yeah, it was so secret. Actually, there was a reason for it. I will explain what the panel actually was about, but will not go into details. Maybe if you have much luck, they will upload it. Even when there's not a screen, you would understand the main part of it. Because The Secrets of Emily Larson was about script writing. Emily Larson talked about a few scripts he've written for the show, the process of writing it, and actually really cool. Had from a few episodes, a few scripts he had showed in the different states of the development of the show and of the episodes, and some cut stuff from the final episode, final version of the episode. Really cool stuff. Really awesome stuff. Really, yeah, okay. And some emails have shown and with stuff, and it was really interesting. But I understand why Hasbro didn't want this to be filmed by everyone, because it could be contain information. Maybe it was intern stuff, but it was fine. Yeah, it was really cool. Then the next thing was really cool for me personally. I met M.A. Larson in person, and then I asked him if I can take a picture with him, and it was really nice, and he was talking to people with other bronies, and really nice guy. And actually, yeah, one of my highlights from the convention, there were a few highlights. The next point was the charity auction, and started at 4:30 p.m. and there is a funny thing. It's so epic if you have a theater full of people and everyone is singing Celestia's Ballad, the song from Celestia in the last episode of the third season. Epic. She started and they showed the text on the screen, and everyone was singing, and the height was right, and it sounds really like a big choir. Really awesome. I don't want to use bad language in this video because there would be 20 efforts in this sentence because it was so awesome. Yeah, at 7 p.m. I was getting out of the theater because I had taken part in a raffle lottery from Maria G. She had an Fluttershy Gala outfit custom plushie was the main prize, and I had bought a few tickets, and I had then bought a few tickets because they were just 50 pence, and I won direct. She had some the numbers 1 to 50 were prize you get immediately, like I got magnets. Yeah, nice gimmick. And the lottery tickets with the number 51 to 1000 are for the main prize. Yeah, and actually there was a guy who had bought 40 tickets. Really, actually the opening up was really, and the getting it out of it was like a bubble gum winning machine. It was really cool. Really funny, yeah, sequence. So they chosen the first number. There was nobody there, but she had told a few people they can get the prize if they had won at the end of the closing ceremonies, which should have been a little bit earlier. And then I got back into the theater for less time, and then there was actually one of the most dumbest thing I ever have witnessed in my whole life. There was the Living Tombstone, the Living Tombstone, and Shady Walks announcing a collaboration song, an exclusive, and whoever wins the bidding for it can choose the theme of the song. If it means, yeah, about anything like Button's mom. Yeah, Button's mom was funny, but someone said Button's mom and everyone was like, yeah, funny. Someone had bid 660 euros, normal, and then from the last row up in the back, someone was yelling something, and everyone was only hearing 666. and they thought he was bidding with 666 euros. And then he screamed again and said, "No, I meant he should have said I bid 666 euros." And everyone was like, "How dumb!" And they changed it back. There was actually more consequence to it, but then on the silver screen, the guy, the computer, have written, I quote, "Pro tip: don't tell numbers in a bidding." Yes, actually. Then I got back out to the second part of the lottery. If I want to know, maybe I got the second number, but nobody had the second number. All tickets were sold, so she had to wait because of she told people they can get the prizes after the ending ceremony. So waited, and it was actually funny. I was talking to people, and it was a nice atmosphere. It was actually kind of funny, and every time someone was coming, what's the number? Everyone was like looking at the ticket if he had the right number. It was actually totally funny, and I actually missed the closing ceremonies. Yeah, I don't care what's funny. And in the ending, the people who were standing around got on. They were all tickets sold, and there were 51 small prizes like the magnets or blind bag ponies. And she was like, yeah, nobody had come to take their prizes, so everyone who was standing around got something small. I got a small blind bag pony. It was nice. It was a nice gesture to do something like this. Really nice. Yeah, and yeah, this ends the con. At the very end, I have bought a small Fluttershy figurine. It was so cute. I had to buy it. It was so cute. Sorry. Yeah, the good old cuteness overload. Yeah, yes, I had to re-record it because some problem. Yes, and actually, the Galacon 2014 was funny. I haven't met again the two guys I was around the most time. Yeah, that's what Skype is for. And yeah, it was really fun. I will get back next year, and the time was so floating. It was like the whole day felt like an hour or two. It was so, yeah, good time. It was really well spent time. Even the stolen or lost plushie didn't change my mind about the convention. It was really awesome. I hope you liked the video, and I hope you will maybe watch the panel videos, and the second video will make about stuff I got and the badge and the different ticket types and stuff. And yeah, if you liked it, turn back, yeah, watch the other videos. That's what I want to say. And maybe watch the videos on Ponyville Live. Yeah, they were actually on there, and I think they will upload a few videos also. Maybe they have a better picture quality, I don't know. And yeah, actually something to say about Ponyville Live. They're actually nice people. They aren't as big like other media outlets, but they're nice. I never had experienced any problems with any people from them in any kind, but I'm not just extremely much into the convention scene, so actually what I wanted to say is bye, and I hope this video was shorter than the last one. Yes, it was like the German version, like about 6 minutes. Yeah, so bye.